Get ready for some heart-pounding moments and gut-wrenching twists as we dive into the most brutal poker bad beats ever recorded. These are the hands that left seasoned pros stunned, and millions on the line slipping through their fingers in the blink of an eye. From perfect reads turned upside down to rivers that turned dreams into nightmares. You won't believe how brutal the game can be.
Straight flush.
I knew you had that hand. Oh, mamma mia.
Let's get into the madness. I got a full house. In our first unforgettable showdown, we bring you two poker legends squaring off in a heads-up battle that could only be described as a clash of titans. Sammy Farha, the smooth-talking, cigar-chomping master of reading opponents, faces off against David Williams, a world-class pro known for his analytical mind and adaptability. Both players have earned their spot in poker history, with prestigious accolades and massive career wins. But even for these two seasoned veterans, this hand takes an unexpected and brutal turn.
And then chips. David with queen 6. Limps in on the button. Sammy with queen 10 suited. He raises to 7,000.
I hit the button. Take the button.
David calls.
Again, we're seeing those raises a little bit bigger than most of the other players in this field out of Sammy. That time, 3.5 times the big blind.
Queens full for Williams, and he's gonna get action because Sammy flopped trip queens.
Uh-oh.
Sammy bets 4,000 and Williams calls. 4 clubs on the turn.
Sammy picks up an irrelevant flush draw, and both of these guys are checking it.
Check, check. And the 3 outer on the river. Sammy makes queens full of 10s.
Wowzers.
He bets 15,000.
This is unbelievable. David flopped the whole wide world, and Sammy caught up on the end.
Williams raises to 35,000.
With Sammy now holding an unbeatable full house, he controls the hand effortlessly. Meanwhile, David is sitting on a lower full house, a hand far too strong to even consider folding. The trap is set, and David is unaware that there's no escape from this cooler of a hand.
This could get nuclear. This is all pageantry by Sammy Farha.
Always.
The nuts versus the second nuts.
Sammy raises.
Bring some all in.
David goes all in. Sammy calls and shows him the unbeatable hand. David's eliminated.
Wow. Wow.
That is brutal.
With the river card falling, Sammy Farha hits the only full house that devastates David Williams. It's a classic cooler where Williams, holding what was an unbeatable full house on the turn, suddenly finds himself crushed by Farha's better one. It's a hand that's as shocking as it is rare, and a reminder that no matter how good you are, poker always has the power to surprise you when you least expect it. A river runs through it. This next hand showcases the unpredictability of poker draws and the ruthless nature of the game itself. Both players find themselves involved with less than ideal hands, yet Jacob goes from having virtually no equity on the flop to facing the easiest call of his life. What starts as a seemingly losing situation rapidly improves into an unbeatable hand.
But I mean, this is genuine. He is giving the players a break. He's giving them a hell of a break.
And I've been around a long time, and I want to say that the poker players don't deserve it.
Not the ones we know.
Well, as the Party Poker Live president, John Duthie, says, this is a tour for the players. And is he right? These kind of whopping guarantees, the opportunity for the little guy to get in these tournaments, the added money, the prize money, it's just massive. It's just incredible. And if you're a poker player, believe me, it does open your eyes and you say, hey, you know, you want to support those people, and rightfully so.
Yeah, if you don't, you're nuts.
It was a bit of an action card on a dry board.
Yeah, it looked like we're just going to peter out, and now everybody's got a little something.
Go on, Jacob. Why call when you can raise? That's the man I know.
Now the game is heating up. Jeremy fires 15 million with a pair of 8s, while Jacob counters with an aggressive raise, holding only a jack-high flush draw and no pair.
Be slow playing the queen here, I think, right? I mean, it's not... Jeez, Jeremy's got an opinion. Oh, come a deuce. I want to see a big bluff. Come a deuce.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's
This is
just
gonna be
cruel. Well, that's just cruel.
This is gonna be.
Wow, what a river card. On the flop, it was just 10 high against Jack high, with neither player holding much of anything. Now, there's little chance Jeremy escapes this one.
He went stack size. It looked to me like 100 million, yeah?
115 million.
I mean, it's
God, I mean, the heart.
It's an automatic call. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
no-brainer.
You have to call here. It was the Joker. The best card for Jacob, the worst card for Jeremy. There it was, a 10 on the river.
The river delivers the perfect card for Jacob, transforming his hand from a long shot to the nuts. With an unbeatable hand in his grasp, it's an easy decision. He can't lose. It's the perfect example of poker's brutal swing, turning a hopeless situation into a surefire win with just a single card. Pro versus pro. Poker is an unforgiving game, and even the top pros are vulnerable to its cruel twists. In our next clip, poker giants Jennifer Harman and Corey Zeidman face off. They attempt to make perfect decisions, but luck has other plans. What starts as an ideal setup for both players takes an unexpected, brutal turn that they couldn't have seen coming.
Corey Zeidman from Coral Gables, Florida, made a stud final table last year. 9-8 of diamonds.
Call.
Action on Brady Davis in his first World Series of Poker. He's 34 years old, from Illinois.
You cannot get up from a table here, Lon, without tripping over an internet guy in a Red Sox cap.
Things are about to heat up in a way you won't believe. Buckle up, because what's coming next is truly mind-blowing.
3 to our flop now. The flop, 10 Jack Queen Harmon with a set, but Zeidman flops a Queen High straight.
Boy, that is the prelude to some fireworks usually.
Davis checks over to Harmon, who's got a set of queens, and she bets 500 chips on Zeidman.
2,000.
He raises it up to 2,000 with that straight.
When you hit a board like this, it's a delicate balance between maximizing value and protecting your stack. Jennifer Harman is in a tough position with a strong hand, but her opponent's unpredictability means she's treading dangerous waters. Let's see if she can extract the maximum while staying safe.
It's 1,500 more to Jen. That is a lot at this stage of the tournament.
She plays it safe and just calls.
Zeidman with the lead with his straight as we go to the turn. The turn is a 10 of diamonds. Harmon makes a full house.
And there it is, a card that changes everything. That's the most devastating card in the deck. With the action now shifting to Corey, this hand is about to take a wild turn.
Bucket if he believes that she has the full house already.
I call.
He makes the call. We're going to the river. Jen Harmon with a huge advantage. And now the river card. Oh, the perfect card for Zeidman. The 7 of diamonds gives him the straight flush.
And he even checks it again, which an amateur would do, to make sure he's got it. Wow.
Only a couple of hands could possibly beat Jennifer's full house at this point. Will she come out on top, or is the nightmare just beginning?
Action on Jen Harmon, who has the full house. She makes it 3,000 to put Zeidman all in.
Why is Corey acting as if he's agonized?
I guess I could do a lot of sightseeing if I lose this hand.
You can't lose the hand.
All in.
It's over.
That was a slow roll, no doubt about it. He even joked about taking a vacation if he lost the hand.
Zeidman takes the pot.
Straight flush.
I knew you had that hand. Oh, mamma mia.
It was hard to get off. I'm like, gosh, I flopped the straight. I'm like, ace-king is the only hand that's going to beat me now.
Don't put a 7 of diamonds up there.
Nice hand. Thank you. Come on, a little for that. Yeah, all right, yeah.
Jennifer's been told she looks like she's in pain when she...
Corey is acting like everything went according to plan, but you can see the shift in his demeanor once he realizes how lucky he just got. It's clear he knows he dodged a bullet. Moments like these are what make poker so unpredictable and thrilling. There's never a dull moment when the drama unfolds like this. This hand is a lake. This next hand is one of those rare moments in poker that feels almost cruel. So Rule Measy and Phil Lake both find themselves all in pre-flop, and incredibly, they're holding identical hand. At first glance, you'd think it's a guaranteed chop, but when two players are all in with the same hand, luck still has a way of playing its own game.
Phil doesn't feel like it. I don't think Phil's folding. Right, he can't fold. But the 4-bet feels I think Phil
similar.
might just, based on his, he's going to, here it is, do some weird, like, No, you know, here's what Phil's gonna do. He's gonna think about it for a minute, and then he's gonna look down. He's gonna like cut out like 110,000 or 129,000 more, slide it on his 2 cards into the pot. So yeah, Phil's here's putting 100. Did I say 129,000? Because God, that looks close.
You are.
Hold on.
It's actually quite scary how connected you are to the underpinnings of his brain.
Seat 7 reads 125.
Oh, God. All right. I mean, I might have to leave the booth now. You can get the next guy to come in here.
Seat 1 re-raise all in. All in top. Why he have ace king now?
If you have never been in one of these situations, it isn't very fun. All players want to win, but very few players dream of winning massive pots with the same hand as the other guy. Either way, there are still 5 more cards to come.
But you're suited, bro. You should have, right? I can't help it. It's a chop. Well, it's actually not a chop. What do you mean? If it was offsuit, that would be okay.
That was some high-level banter right there.
You get it all lined up. You get it right every time.
Missy correctly figured out he was slow rolling the chop.
I was thinking if you have ace king, maybe what I'm supposed to do is look at the flop, then pop it on a jack-high flop. Right.
Wow, everybody is standing up. Everybody is standing up. I mean, this is not a big thing. Everybody stood up.
Oh, Missy's.
I deserve to lose.
By the way,
Bring it on.
everybody wants Phil to lose this.
Whatever. I'm in Montreal. I'm having a good time doing something. We can heart, so no.
Wow. This is like the sickest moment.
I gotta be ready to hug you if things go wrong. Either way, you're getting a hug. Yeah. You're getting.
Get through the hands.
You're good. I looked at the ace king hard. I'm okay with it. I deserve the club. I deserve it, don't I? I deserve it. A little bit. I deserve it. A little bit.
Phil's energy is not good here. That's his backpack. I'm feeling worried about this.
The gods saw. They were on vacation. It's feeling clubby.
Oh.
That's what.
Wow. And that is not the Premier League for...
One of the most painful scenarios in poker, the same hand, not the same outcome. So Rule and Lake likely should have been splitting the pot, but a series of unfortunate board cards left So Rule on the losing end. But in poker, likely to rarely guarantees anything. An absolutely devastating turn of events, and another reminder that sometimes poker just isn't fair. Heads up headache. Now we move on to a high-stakes heads-up championship battle. Joe takes on Eugene in an intense matchup, with both players showing why they've earned their elite status. The action culminates in one of the most brutal runouts you'll ever see.
And calls. Ace-10 of diamonds for Eugene. Check. He checks.
Chong taking a bit of a different approach here, not raising the button.
And Eugene has flopped the nut flush.
He's got the royal flush draw. Not that he needs it.
Jacks for Joseph. That job has bet 1,600. And Chong calls.
Now give Eugene credit. By having bet the flop, he makes it that much more difficult for Joe to...
Eugene is slow playing his ace-high flush, a clever move when you're up against seasoned players. By underplaying his strength, he's looking to trap his opponent for maximum value. However, this calculated risk is about to backfire in a big way.
Put him on the flush. Who would bet the nut flush on the flop, right?
It's a tough turn card for Joe. He has made 3 of a kind and bets 3,000.
And that's, of course, because Eugene checked it to him, which is a fantastic check. He's reeling Joe in here.
Oh, rivers of 4 of spades and a full house for Chong.
Are you kidding me? This is the first pot we're seeing in this match, the nut flush against a boat.
Kachalov is checked. Chong bet 6,600.
There is a pair out there, but you can't expect Eugene to just call, and in fact, you see the raise to 18,000. Joe is loving this.
I'm all in.
And he's going to try to put Eugene all in.
Oh, that looks set it all. Eugene knows with the pair out there, the nut flush is vulnerable. And if you've got the nut flush, what is Joe shipping it with?
I feel like a little if I just called you with this.
And Eugene lays down the ace-high flush.
Joe needed to hit back-to-back miracle cards to take down that hand, and incredibly, he did just that. But what's even more shocking is Eugene's ability to lay down his ace-high flush in such an outrageous spot. It's the kind of insane bad beat that leaves players speechless and reminds us why poker is so unpredictable. The emotional roller coaster of watching Eugene pull off that improbable fold after such a brutal runout is exactly what keeps people hooked on the game. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. In this clip, poker icon Tom Dwan shows an uncanny ability to anticipate what's coming. With a strong hand, he pushes all in, but fate has other plans. As the cards play out, you can feel the tension building, creating the kind of high-stakes drama that poker fans live for. It's a moment that showcases the unpredictability of the game, where even the best instincts and strong hands can be turned upside down by the turn of a card.
There's bound to be some action this level. Especially when the blinds are about to go up and people know it. See you like now. I think you qualify too, Tom.
You know,
he's all in. Roland's gonna call. Even though they're first and second, I mean, not one of them is gonna be a huge tip leader. It's just the way it is.
Just say, I mean, it was early in last match. They were still six-handed when Roland made a raise with the eights and Dwan moved all in and he folded. But this is completely different, right?
It's way different. I mean, the blinds are so much higher.
You
It's
said no so
instant
fast.
call.
How can you ask how much it is and then say no to ace queen?
Tom's expression gives away his unease. He knows he's the underdog in this hand, but it's clear he's feeling something more. A sense that trouble is looming just beyond the horizon.
316,000. There's the ace.
Oh, and the ace.
Good game.
All right.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, buddy.
I mean, I'm like
got
point
straight
one.
outs.
Good game. Wow, he shook the hand.
That's allowed.
So why would you
Such a mistake.
That's like an accepting.
That's
really
allowed.
good.
You should chop it down.
Ace, king, tenor, jack to stay alive.
Oh, that's it.
Hold on, slow down.
I made such a big mistake.
You gotta do it to him now. You gotta do it to him now. Nope.
Put the code on. I made such a big mistake.
Why would you take? Why would you take?
I don't know what I did.
You just like
put a 10 out.
Cost yourself the tournament.
He knows to put the jacket on strategy. Where's the 10?
Taking his microphone off.
He's walking out the door.
1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Sick.
It didn't come yet. It didn't come yet. No, yo, wait. Oh my God!
Oh my God! They're just quiet.
Push roll in the chips. He's gone.
They're just quiet.
In a surprising twist, Tom Dwan's instincts miss the mark entirely. Yet what's truly extraordinary is how he reacts. Before the final card even hits the table, Dwan is already walking away, as if he knows the bad beat is coming. It's a humorous display of poker players' superstition, but ironically, his premonition only foreshadows the inevitable. The brutal turn of events unfolds the opposite as he feared, showing that sometimes poker has its own agenda. I'm not lucky in these situations. In our next clip, Gene Robert Bell Landa gets a very weak hand to call him, but in poker, even when the odds are in your favor, there's no such thing as a guaranteed win. Sometimes a seemingly harmless hand can transform into a nightmare.
Folds over to Balland. Balland with ace-queen offsuit in the small blind.
I'm gonna raise. I'll play all my chips.
And Balland is going to move all in with ace-queen. Big blind Phil Hellmuth folds.
Cool.
And a call from Akopian quickly.
Motley 10-9 will call him.
Wow.
I'm left. Oh, God.
Did I not raise enough? No!
I win.
Well, I did, huh?
I win.
I do need a double up, but man, I don't even understand.
We talk a lot about the landmines the pros have to dodge at the main event. Here's one.
I love the call, but I'm not very lucky in these kind of situations.
Oh no? We've all been there. When you openly voice that sinking feeling, that bad luck is just around the corner. In poker, it's almost as if saying it out loud can make it happen.
Of course I was strong, but strong or not, 10-9?
All right, 10-9 against Balland's ace-queen. And there's an ace.
Yes!
John Robert loves the call now.
Baby. Come on, no jacks, please.
Now Gene has a premature celebration. He's absolutely tempting the poker gods on this one.
No jacks and no sevens. No jacks, no sevens, and I don't need any more pairs.
It's a 6.
That's the card I'm talking about.
Not over yet, John Robert.
Did I tell you that you look very handsome today, sir?
John Robert, he could still hit a 7.
Akopian with a straight draw.
Balland thought it was over. Almost, Jean Robert.
Jean Robert, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Copian thinks he's going to hit the 4-outer.
Don't do it to me like that. That would be ugly.
Copian needs a 7 for a straight to knock out Jean Robert.
River card. Oh! It's a 7! Balland is gone.
Thank goodness it wasn't Phil.
Oh,
God. What seemed like an ideal situation quickly spirals into a crushing defeat. It's tough not to feel for Balland, but let's be honest, he almost jinxed himself. After all, he predicted his own downfall, while his opponent, full of confidence, casually said, bye-bye, knowing a miracle 7 was his only hope. The contrast in their attitudes is striking, and while it shouldn't influence the cards, it somehow always seems to. Mouth closed. In our final hand of the day, we witnessed the sheer unpredictability of poker in full force. Multiple players go into the hand with exceptionally strong pre-flop holdings, but the action only intensifies from there. It's a true poker cooler situation as these players are trapped in the pot by their amazingly strong hands.
He was supposed to leave today for Ocean City, Maryland for vacation. He'll lose his room deposit, but now he can afford it.
A raise to 250,000. Scott Lazar with pocket aces. Welcome to the final table. He's got a double check.
I raise.
Re-raise.
Lazar will re-raise. It is $1 million now to Joseph Hashem.
That's a real raise.
That is a final table raise. Andrew Black will fold. Tex Barch, second in chip, says no thanks, too rich. Now over to Mike Matisow. Matisow with one. Oh, Matisow with pocket kings now to open up.
Oh, and his kings could hit a brutal roadblock. Lazar's pocket aces.
Small in.
And Matisow moves.
That's one of the coldest decks you will ever see. You can't fault Mike for shoving with pocket kings. It's the right move, but sometimes in poker you can make all the right moves and still end up short.
Moves all his chips in. Aaron Cantor has him covered, so Matisow is all in.
Geez, we have just only started.
So Cantor folds, so does Kondracki. Now action on the jacks of Danneman.
Danneman might be thinking, well, one of these two guys probably has me beat. I'm in for only 250,000. I got 5 million in front of me. Let's laugh it off, laugh off the $250,000, and maybe live for another hand.
He does fold.
I call.
Lazar is right there, of course, with the call. Oh, and look at Mike Matisow, who opened up with kings.
It's up to them.
As Scott said, it's all in the hands of the poker gods now, and they always find a way to keep the game interesting.
It's about normal for me, though. Cooler.
What a showdown to start this championship table. Aces versus kings.
And Matisow just feels snake bit again.
Matisow's mom and brother now with everyone else ready to watch the flop. Time! Oh, a king! Matisow gets a set!
Just moments after complaining about his bad luck, Mike's already celebrating before the hand is even finished, a move that usually doesn't end well.
Shot. Matisow can't bear the watch. Lazar is the one who may be eliminated. Lazar needs an ace or a heart on the river, or he's the first one out of here.
Now the river, it's a heart! Lazar wins it!
Yes! 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 Told me I had it! Oh, he got it.
And just like that, the tables turn once more. Mike's premature celebration turns into a suck out for the ages. Thanks for watching, and to keep up with all the latest poker fights, biggest scandals, and legendary runouts, make sure to like and subscribe.